Welcome back to another episode of Exploring Whiskey. Again, I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin. Today we have what could be a very interesting story, background of a whiskey. This is the Quiet Man 8-Year Single Malt. This is an Irish whiskey that is aged, obviously, 8 years. That's the reason why it says that. The weird parts of it is, one, it's owned by Luxco. Thought that was kind of an interesting tie back to an American company. Two, it is based out of Derry, Ireland, which is one of the Northern Ireland areas. So they haven't had like an actual distillery or anything like that for years. And they're actually going to be making their own distillery, but this is sourced. Okay. So that's almost all we know about this. 8 years, 80 proof, because, you know, it's Irish whiskey. That's kind of the standard.
Was it the story you named it after his dad?
Yes. Yeah, his dad was a bartender, and he did not repeat the stories that he heard in the bar, so he was referred to as the Quiet Man. He kept things quiet. So, yeah. They also have a non-aged stated one, but that is not a single malt. It's like a blend or something. But this was, I want to say, I think this was my birthday present from Adam Morgan.
Okay.
So, thanks, Adam. But
looks like you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I definitely, yeah. It's a really nice Irish whiskey. A lot of really cool notes to it.
It's got an interesting nose. Like I was just waiting for like a honey or vanilla to like.
Not quite. I mean, it's sweet, but it's more honey crisp apple.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But it's sweet. There's some like little floral notes and just it's a really nice round nose to it. Yeah, that honey crisp apple is coming through real strong.
Yeah, I get the honey crisp on the front. Then I get the malt.
Malt and a little like barrel char.
Yeah.
And there's like a little bit of a barrel char note in there. That's kind of a nice offset. It's
kind of thin.
Yes.
Thin.
No arguments on that one.
It is
a thinner whiskey. It is, you know, that 80 proof is just this at mid 90s to
even 90.
Yeah, mid 90s would be really nice.
No, this doesn't change much.
Nope. I get a little more of the char note, or barrel spice coming through on the nose, coming back to it, but still pretty sweet and nice little fruit note.
Yeah, I like the flavor profile, but it's just
it disappears.
Yeah,
it's a little thin. There's not a good mouthfeel to it. It's just like gone.
No, it's gone.
It's just it doesn't coat or sit.
It kind of made my mouth kind of watery, like on the end.
Yeah.
And the second one,
nothing.
Straight nothing.
Really, I mean, again, I still think international laws of whiskey need to go to a 90 minimum. Really just think that's the better way to go. 80 minimum just doesn't, it's not there. It for the most part, almost every 80 is underwhelming and it just needs a little more. Wow, that's apple. That's like fleshy, like almost red delicious apple now.
Yeah,
like
I don't get the
honey crisp.
The honey crisp at all.
That's more like really bright red apple.
I get almost like a apple juice
smell. Yeah, I would agree with that. Kind of made now my mouth watered smelling it. That's kind of fun.
I like it better with water. It's not as thin.
Got a little more bite to it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stay around too long. They get sweeter.
Well, at least you get it.
Yeah. Yeah, a little better with water. I mean, it's a very good whiskey. Again, if that were 90, 95, that would be probably a great whiskey. But pretty good whiskey. Price MSRP is around $50 for an 8-year-old Irish whiskey. That's pretty solid. I can't think of a lot of age-stated Irish whiskeys outside of like the Redbreast 12 and 15s, and they're all much more expensive usually.
Yeah,
it's a very solid whiskey. His only hope was he's You didn't have this before, did you? It's like, I have not pulled the trigger on any of the Quiet Men ones.
That's a fair question.
It is a fair question whether or not I've had a bottle. But no.
The nose is different now.
It's not like apple flesh. That's a weird thing to say, isn't it? But you know what I mean. Like it's not that like the
skin.
No, I'm not getting that waxiness.
I don't know. There's something different now. I'm not really digging it either.
It got a little bit more like perfumey, floral type notes rather than the fruit notes. That was weird. That apple was so strong on the first time we went. I mean,
the way the aftertaste hangs around. I almost feel like I'm drinking like a Balcones, where that like the apricot just lingers.
Oh, you're getting apricot? Or
Faint. But it just how that aftertaste kind of sits there.
Yeah, I get a light char honey floral note.
But the bite, it went away.
No,
it's got a good flavor profile.
Yeah, it changes with water apparently.
It does.
And it changes over time with water apparently. I really like that apple note.
Yeah.
The change from a Honey Crisp to more of a Red Delicious type note was kind of neat, but it kind of dissipated. Again, if it was higher proof, maybe it wouldn't have done that. Maybe the water wouldn't have had such a dramatic impact at first.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right.
Solid whiskey. I actually been drinking a lot neat. That's how most of that's disappeared is neat pours. But yeah, but it's a good bottle. 8-year whiskey for $50. Pretty solid price.
I've never seen it on the shelf, but now I'll keep my eye out.
Yeah, I think I've seen the regular Quiet Man, but I don't remember ever seeing this 8-year. So I'm not sure where it was purchased.
I get a good guess.
I could guess as well, but
he has his honey hole.
That's correct.
Okay. Well, yeah. To your point,
Solid.
it has. I really did enjoy the apple up front.
Yeah.
Just weird how kind of it
petered out
after the first initial sip
Yeah.
water. We'll keep our eyes out for the non-aged state.
Yep. Which is like a blended malt, I think.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Definitely keep our eye out.
Absolutely.
Peruse the Irish in the Scotch section. I'm sure we'll come across it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, all right. Well, it wasn't underwhelming or overwhelming. Just kind of an average.
Yeah, it was
just an average.
It's a solid Irish whiskey.
Yep.
That's about, not amazing, but not bad.
It's an easy drinker.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, you could sip on this. No problems.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the review of the Quiet Man 8-year single malt. If you did, as always, we'd appreciate that support and ask you to hit that like button at the bottom of the screen.
While down there, subscribe. We put out content like this about twice a week. So looking to grow the channel and some more support.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for watching.
See you on the next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.